If you went to a concealed weapons permit class tonight, say around 6 o'clock, well, right now, you'd have all the training you need to be issued a permit.
Right, but actually shooting or even holding a gun, not a requirement.
Pretty interesting. Devin Dolan has spent the last month talking with instructors, students, and digging up some numbers and facts, investigating whether or not Utahns are actually prepared for this. Devin?
You guys, I've had zero training handling a gun, but I've gone through a concealed weapon permit course, and I can now carry. Caden Adams is focusing on one target.
I passed the written test, so now it's just the shooting test I need to pass.
Caden and 10,000 other people in Utah will go through the hunter's education course this year with a key lesson in mind.
If you don't have the safety that goes with it, it can end in a real tragedy.
Okay, to bring your shot.
Gun safety. It's learned even before these students leave the classroom.
Make sure you maintain a grip on the gun when you take it out of the case. So when you pull back,
they're then put to the test at a shooting range. People in the class learn how to handle the gun and how to fire it. In a 3 to 6 week course, they learn hunter responsibility and firearm safety. Compare it to a concealed weapons permit course, only 4 hours, and students never shoot a gun or even hold one.
I've had people who have never even handled a gun.
And here's what's ironic. In one class outline, a frequently asked question is, do participants have to shoot a gun? The answer, no. This greatly increases the safety and relaxed atmosphere in the classes. So what happens when they leave the class? I followed 2 people as they passed requirements in a concealed weapons course. Meet Jeremy Nielsen, who has little experience handling a gun.
No, just hunter safety when I was 12 or 13 years old.
And Diane Gooch, who has 0 hands-on training.
No, none at all.
This course is really meant to be a foundation for either experienced shooters or people that have really limited to almost no firearms experience.
Classroom training includes instruction on the safe loading, unloading, storage, and carrying of firearms, and current laws on self-defense. But actually touching the firearm, that's only encouraged.
That's something that really needs to be looked at.
So do you think that needs to be a requirement and part of the class then?
I do.
So Utah law comes from the point of view of you're an adult, you're able to have a firearm, so we put that burden of proof upon you. Now you go out and train and practice so you're able to carry.
And that burden of proof is being put on a growing number of people.
My classes are booked out till May and in June.
The Utah permit is now accepted in 34 states. Since 2008, almost 390,000 permits have been issued, a big chunk coming from Oregon, Illinois, and California. In Utah, about 6,400 people have gotten one just this year. Continue on that same trend, we will have almost doubled from 2012.
I'm comfortable with citizens having firearms without a lot of training, yes.
Attorney Mitch Vilos represents gun owners and dealers. He says Utah has the golden permit.
Have you shot a pistol before, though?
He believes Utahns are safer because of it.
The more requirements you place on the ability to defend yourself with a firearm, the more you have an increase in violent crimes.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why. That just seems to be a fact.
We did our own research and found, well, it depends on who you ask. John Lott, in his book, More Guns, Less Crime, researched more than 3,000 counties in the U.S. He found as the number of people who got permits went up, crime violence went down. Why? Criminals don't know who has a gun, and victims can defend themselves. 2 law professors shoot down the more guns, less crime argument, saying that these laws have reduced crime is limited, sporadic, and extraordinarily fragile. But whichever side you're on, most of us can still agree on one objective: safety. The question, are Utahns properly prepared to handle a weapon that can kill, may only be answered by the person holding the gun.
Do you feel going through this course you would be ready to carry?
No.
No.
Now I want you guys to start having your own discussion. Should gun training be a requirement? I've posted a Facebook question on our page, and you guys were already having a great conversation going.
Now, Devin, you went through that course. Do you feel like you're ready to handle a firearm?
You know, I don't feel like I know the first thing about handling a gun or how I would even protect myself using it.
All right, very interesting stuff. Devin Dolan reporting live. Thanks, Devin.